Hey, how's it all going out there in YouTube land again? And yeah, welcome back to another episode of what we're doing in the garage. Carrying on with the old pig sticker sheath build here. If you've been following along, you probably would have seen where we're up to with part one. If you haven't been following along, then yeah, I made this little pig sticker. Well, it's not that little, but never mind. It's pig sticker the other day, and naturally I'll need a sheath to put it in. I'm sort of new to leatherworking. I've made a few sheaths due to necessity. A lot of people get people to make them for them, but yeah, no, I can't really afford that, so got to make my own. So I've got a little bit of leather left, and we've started making it. We're halfway there, I think, and we'll carry on from here with what we've got to do. So like I said, we've made those, we've put a border on them, so forth, which you would have seen or not seen. Yeah, and I've got a bit of a concept here for carrying on the belt. I'm trying to do a cross carry and a traditional carry all in one sort of thing. So we'll see how that turns out. Never done it before quite like that. So trial and error, see what we can do, and we'll see how it goes and see how it comes out. And hopefully we'll finish it in this video and we'll get something we can use. So without any more jibber jabber, we'll take a bit of a closer look at what we got and we'll proceed with the process. So if you feast your eyeballs down there, naturally you can see, we'll take a bit of a closer look. So we've got our pig sticker here, which you obviously, so I'll put that up there for the minute. So what I've got is the outside sheath. I was going to make a tack over there and I decided not to. So here we go, we've got that. That'll go there. I'll put these pieces and glued these in already. What I'm going to have to do is sand those a little bit, and where we're going from here is going to glue that piece on there. So that's going to go on there like that. And this is going to go over there and put a snap on there. So I need to get a snap in here. What I'll do is put a snap in there first, and when I've got it assembled and sewed up and everything else, I'll put that over and get the right distance, and that'll hold the knife in like so. So it's fitting in there not too bad at the minute. Of course that'll go on top. Not 100% sure I need these in here. Don't actually know now why I've got them, but they're there. So we'll carry on with that. It'll go over, like I said, and go there. So far, so good. These little bits, if you can see that in the video, sticking out, we'll glue that on and trim that up in the old 2x72. So that'll go over to there, and then naturally, we're going to have to hang it on a belt somehow, or you can put it in your pack, whatever you want to do, but for that, I'm trying this concept here. So get rid of that, get rid of that, yep, that way. So that, put that out of the way. That is going to, and what I've done is put it into wet formed it a little bit. If you can see that on edge here, just for enough room. That'll sew onto the back of there, and your belt should be able to fit under there. And I'll have that somehow so you can just do the old cross carry. And that will fold over with my little stainless thing I made here. Not exactly sure how or when. That'll fold over to there like that. And this one here will have snaps on it, which will, if I can get it working, put that into there, like so. Snaps there, and you'll be able to hang that on your belt and you'll be able to take it off, because ideally, yeah. That's the concept anyway, so we'll proceed with it and we'll see if it's going to work or not. Yeah, that's the idea. So without any more jibber jabber on that part, we'll carry on, proceed, and see what we can come up with. Yeah, no worries. So we're almost ready to glue that top onto there now. So moving forward though, before we go, we're going to have to put a snap on there for this here. So what I'm going to do is just put that into there. I have glued them together before and got a little anvil thing in there and done it, but it's really not ideal. So what was suggested to me once on a sort of on a YouTube video is writing a list of your steps, stages, and checking them off, because you don't want to really miss anything, because it can be quite difficult to do it once it's together. So we'll put that on there roughly where it goes, or where it goes. Just use these little clamps, which are pretty inexpensive and pretty good things really. I'll put that little snap in there before we move much further forward. So that'll go there like that. Go over there like that. That'll hold that onto there. Get my awl, just a tungsten, and I want it to go around about there. So that's where my snap's going to go on the inside here. It should be pretty good, if you can see that. One thing that does happen with these little snaps, because you've got a piece of steel on the inside, it can scratch the blade. So what I'm going to do on the underside is just notch it out a bit if I can. I'm going to try a routing tool, just get it really fast, and just, you can understand that, get that into there and just sink it down a bit. What I have done in the past is got some real thin leather and just glued it over the top, and I may do that also just to stop it scratching the blade. So there we go. From there we will do that. Yeah. So as you can see, that piece of steel just protrudes there a little bit. So I'm going to try and sink it down a bit, see if that'll work. I've never done that before, but I'll give it a go anyway. Rightio. So I just want to test this theory before I get into the actual sheath. So what I've got is a little bit of a sample piece down there. If you can see that in the old Bosch PBD 40. I've set my depth. I put it onto high speed. I've got my laser to line it up. You can see that there. And we'll spin it full noise and see what comes out, eh? Oh, what can go wrong, yeah? But anyway, it's just a test piece, which I'll do. Let's try it, eh? Yeah, that doesn't look too bad, actually. So I'll go and get the actual sheath and give it a go on that, yeah? That actually worked a little bit better than I'd thought it would, to be fair. It's just sunk in there. I don't know if you can see that, but they sunk in just under flush. So, yeah, hopefully they won't scratch the blade. So that's not too bad. So from there, we'll snap that in. So all I did is just use this router tool, full speed on the old PBD 40. And, yeah, all good so far. So from there, we'll put that snap in, glue that on there, and we'll start working on the belt loop thing. Cool. Glue up time, and yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. That's come up pretty good. Shouldn't scratch the blade. Maybe gone a bit far in, but never mind. It'll be all right. It'll work. If you pull that out, you're doing something wrong. Anyway, what I've got to do, I just got to scuff this up before I put the, what do you call it, contact adhesive on there. Because that's the shiny side of the leather yet. Make sure I follow my lines. I might have said, I might not have said, I'm just using an ADOS contact adhesive, water-based. Want to be a little bit careful. I might have said that as well somewhere else. If you get it on the outside, it can stain it, so be a little bit wary of that. It's difficult to keep everything clean in this workshop anyway, or garage, and leather can stain. Right, we'll let it go tacky and we'll stick that down, yeah? Right, it's gone tacky enough, so we'll line up our marks and we'll glue that down, yeah? And then we will take it to the 2x72 and trim up the edges and edge bevel it and everything else we've got to do. I think that's going to go there pretty good. Happy with that. Sometimes I'll put clamps on these. But if you do that, you've got to put some sacrificial leather on the outside. But I'm thinking that's going to be alright. We'll let that set up properly and do the rest of it, yeah. So what you're looking at here before we go to the 2x72, I need to, this piece here, it's going to, if you can see that close enough, glue on the back of that, yeah. That's going to have our ring for our belt loop thing. This piece here, I've lost it, there it is. Go under there, fit under, I'm going to snap that there, and that there. Pardon me, which you'll see in a minute. So what I'm trying to do, what I've discovered is that other part of it's going to have a snap, if you can see, similar to that. And I haven't got a lot of room to stick that up in there, so I haven't got any chisels and things in that to groove it out. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting a groove in there to try and get some more distance, and I haven't got any chisels, like I said. What I do have, I just have to make do with fathers. So I'm going to try and file that down a bit. Doing the job. Get a little groove in there. Get your groove on. And what am I doing now? I'm going to put that little ring in there. It's not a ring, but whatever it is. Right there. I'm going to wet that up, fold it over where it's got to go, which is around about there. Yeah, that won't be too bad. And I'm going to wet it and hold it down with a bit of weight, yeah. Right, so I'll put the weight on there and leave it for a while until that dries up a bit, and it should hold its shape. And then we'll glue it, and we'll sew it up, yep. Then we'll stick it on the actual sheath. Oh yeah, back at you when that's dry. Righto, here we are here, back at you. It's seriously pouring down out there, but never mind. That's another story. So I've got this piece here done. It's gone a bit funky on the end there, but I don't know why, but I can trim that up later. But anyway, so that's snapped up and that'll hang on your belt. So what I'm going to do now, while this dries up, because I'm thinking I'll be able to sew that and get at it when it's there. So that's cool. We'll do all the sewing at once. I'm going to glue that onto the back of here. You might note that the tag on the inside I've cut off, just because it's not really needed there and it'll get a bit cumbersome if it's hung on the belt, yeah. So what I need to do is just mark where that's going to go so I don't get too much glue everywhere, adhesive or whatever you want to call it. So it'll go to there, and I don't want to go any further than around about there, up to where the sewing's going to be, I'm thinking. So what we'll do, we'll glue that on, and then it's 2x72 time. Thank you. Yep, so let's do that, eh? Oh, I should scuff that up. I think I will. Got a few stains on it, which I'm a bit disappointed with, but it's a prototype, and so far I'm happy with the concept. It seems to be working out. Truth be told, it wasn't really the best part of the hide that I'm using, because it's all I had left. Never mind. Rightio, a wee bit of glue on there and we're good to go. Where's my stick? There it is. So we'll stick that on there. I've got a bit of just a simulated belt under there because I still want it sticking up here, as you know. That's around about right there. So I'll clamp that side down. Oh no, it's not doing it. Right, we'll let that set up and we'll come back and do some sewing, yeah? Cool. We better glue this bit up too before we get too carried away. So what you just saw me doing was refining the that rough edge around there on the 2x72. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just edge bevel it and punch some holes there. Some people punch them right through. I like to drill them. Right, that's that done. So now what I'm going to do is mark a groove for my stitching. Yeah, that one didn't come up too good, but never mind. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it this side. I'll mark one side, because when I draw my holes, sometimes they go a bit stray, as it were. And yeah, I'll just line up the back with it once they're drilled. Let's go. So now I've got these little fork things here. It'll just show me where I'm going to put my holes here, and then I'll drill them. And I'll redo that groove just to blend it in. That will do there, I can't see. There we go. Well, a bit rough around the edges, but we'll get there. It's going to work. Yeah, drill bit broke. Things went a bit wrong. Couldn't find another one, so had to go back to the old school, putting a nail in it, yeah. Some of these holes on the back aren't ideal in the right place, but that happens for me. Still learning, as I say. And now I just put an extra bit of, run the groove back around. Just gives somewhere for the stitching to seat into, yeah. Apart from that, I'm quite happy with how it's going. So I think I'm getting rushing it a bit, and yeah, things are getting a little bit untidy and messy. So I'll go away and come back when I'm in a little bit of a better state of mind. Cool. Catch you then. Right, we'll sew it up now. And what I use for that, should use 2 needles and do a saddle stitch. But I'll just use a speed stitcher because I've had it for about 40 years. And yeah, seems to do the job. So we'll get it all sewed up, do a bit of a fast forward, whatever we got to do, and that'll be job done, really. So let's go. So there it is, the sheath for my old pig sticker, a little bit rough around the edges, there's being the pig sticker there, but still just testing processes and trying different ideas. So you can see that's gone a bit funky there. So things I'm not really happy with is I've got a bit rough on it, rushed things a little bit, stitching could be better, just general room for improvement. But like I say, I'm a beginner and I'm just trying ideas and getting it sorted. I could have used a better bit of hide for there, because normally that would be hard and I wouldn't have these things in here. But yeah, that's all I had, so that's what I got. That'll clip on the belt. We might have a look at that in a minute. That'll go onto there. And what I have also added on, which you didn't see, a bit of an afterthought, is this little piece on the end here, yeah. And I'll show you what that's about in a minute. Normally, if I do it again, I will incorporate that, if it works, into the spine piece there, rather than add it onto the outside. But like I say, I'm just trying it and seeing how it goes. So far so good. We might have a bit of a look at it on a belt and do an outro and call it a day. Of course, I am going to put beeswax on there, or dye when I get it. Be a bit hard to get into some places, but yeah, you just got to make do with what you got, and that's what I've done. As it is, it's good enough to do the job, and yeah, missed that hole. Good enough to do the job and cover the knife, and that's exactly what it's about. It's not really about the sheath for me, it's about the knife. So there we go. Let's have a look. So hopefully you can see or listen to the video. I've got my old, I don't know what it is really, a relic from the past, to be fair. So I'll just put it over the outside. That one will go on there like that. Well, it's already got a knife on, I can't seem to get off, but never mind. That'll go there. The idea of this is to be able to clip that up into there. Of course, I may make some innovations to this and improvements as we go further down the line, and that'll go there like that. So that'll hang there, hopefully. So that's all good. And so you can clip that on, clip that off, do whatever you want with it. That's a bit tight, but it goes on. Now, 9 times out of 10, that'll be under all my shirts. And what I'll tend to do is, in these work pants, there's the work, just fit that in a pocket there. Now just hang there like that. And my knife will go in there. And clip in. Easy enough to get out with one hand, and it's out. Of course, it won't be pig hunting when I'm doing that. So what I've decided and what happened is that's a bit floppy and a bit big. Not sure about the height 100%, so that's what the bottom piece is for. I can take a bit of paracord and feed it through the hole. Put that on there and just tie it lightly to the leg here. That's the thoughts anyway. And that should be nice and comfy and tidy there. Go there. And that should make it easier to get out with one hand in a hurry and do what you got to do. Putting it back's not quite going to have the urgency, so that's not a big deal. And that should be not too bad. Like I said, I will make improvements to that and get it better, but for now, that's not too bad. Will I carry it like that? Oh, I very much doubt it, but you could do. It's an option, yeah. Yeah, anyway, so that's all good by that part. I'm pretty happy with it. No worries. Let's have a quick look at the old cross carry, see if we can get that to work. So theory being with the cross carry, you just fit your, as you probably know more than I do. Anyway, we'll try it, see if it's going to work here. Put your belt in there. It's a wee bit tight while the knife's out, but yeah. Like I say, there'll be room for improvement on all this sort of stuff. Belt on. Seat belt on. Put that everywhere, wherever you want to put it. Being a longer knife, it's not ideal for this, and it should really be a bit like that. So yeah, so far so good. You can put it across the front. You can bend over, sit in your car and drive where you want to go. The pig runs out in front of you, off you go, you're in business. So yeah, not too bad. Can you get it with one hand? Yep, no worries at all. So that works. I don't think it would be too cumbersome, but Time will tell, yeah. So there we go. That's that. We'll do an outro, call it a day. So there you go. There it is. Sheath for the old pig sticker with a few innovations and trying a few different ideas and a few different things. Learned quite a lot doing it and still a lot of learning to go, yeah. If you got this far, thanks for hanging around the old leatherworking journey. And I'd suggest you give it a go if you're thinking about it. But yeah, I'm happy with that. That'll do. Most of the time I'll just carry it like that, to be fair, and put it somewhere in, in a pack. You could put it on whatever you got to do. But there it is. That's done, and I'm pretty happy with the results. Like I said, bit of room for improvement. Give it some pondering, give it some thought. That's just the first one I ever made, prototype. I'll probably make another pig sticker one day, but not today. And yeah, we'll move on and make it a little bit better. Got my patterns, so I'm happy with that. And it's all good to go. So that's, yeah, good. Happy. So without any more jibber jabber, hope this video's found you safe and well. Hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, enjoy what you're doing and have a wonderful day.